Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Tea Talk podcast. Brought to you by driftingthreads.com. Use code TEATALK for 10% off at checkout. Dana, how you doing today?
Doing all right. Coming back from a little bit of sickness, but doing good. It's been roughly 2 weeks since the last
Yeah,
podcast.
2 weeks.
Lots going on. As you can see, my setting is different behind me.
Yep.
We're working on getting things situated, but I am now at school rooming with Tasso. He's on the other side of me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. And we got a lot of stuff planned for Tea Talk.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot easier now that we're in person. So
Yes, for
uh,
sure. And it's going to be a lot
yeah,
easier for us to make more short form content that isn't, shorts or just clips that are from Tea Talk from these episodes. We have plans to do a lot of really cool things, and hopefully those can come to fruition. That's the plan. That's the goal, at least. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, guys, we have a couple good topics and things lined up for you here today. We sort of want to talk to you guys. I mean, what's going on, Dana? Seriously, what's going on? I mean, we have a country. Last time I checked, crime's illegal, right?
I mean, yeah, I, that's what crime is. I mean,
Crime's
it's
crime's
illegal
illegal.
activities.
It's illegal
Yeah,
activity. That's literally the definition of crime. So the question is I mean, a lot of state legislators, they just no longer want to pursue crime anymore, and or they've neutered our police forces investigation resources. um and they neutered them. I mean, we have people that are looting crazily. Murder rates are on the rise again. And of course, where are the police in these cities? That's the big question. Where's the protection in these cities? Well, of course, let's start off. Minnesota Democrat, who was a loud known advocate for defund the police, got carjacked and attacked, according to X.com user Gunther Eagleman. Now, isn't that kind of ironic? You're saying, oh, let's defund the police. Oh, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Let's get rid of the police. They don't need to be a militarized police force. We don't need the police. The police are racist and bad. And then you get your car jacked and you get bopped in the head by a gun and you start bleeding. Well, a cop would have been pretty nice, right? To come and save you or to at least minimize the situation. Now, Dana, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, obviously it's ironic, but I mean, what do you think is going to change this? What do you think is kind of going to push these people to be like, oh shit, we kind of, screwed up, trying to push this narrative of defund the police?
well, people are already seeing it. They, I hope that they're drawing the connection between the two things. Like, oh yeah, we voted for defund the police, and two, this is the results, right? And connect those dots. So I think we're starting to see that. I have seen a lot of people outraged online. There's been a lot of interviews that have been happening with people in the community who are fed up with what's going on. I don't know if they're going to vote differently. Um, but honestly, I don't know if that's going to change much. I mean, it's really hard to tell with politicians these days what they're going to do. Um, I just know from what I can tell across the board, there seems to be a correlation between Democrat voting and bad policy. So
I mean
I guess
that.
I
I
would
mean
draw that
that's the
conclusion.
truth. That's the truth. I mean, and that's what we see a lot of the time. I mean, come on, Democrat policy. It never helps the United States. It never benefits the United States. Like, what is building climate or carbon neutral infrastructure going to do for me? Like, what is that going to do for me? That technology that costs double than building a normal building, that's taking more money from me rather than saving me in any way. And you say, oh, but you have to wait, 40 years to see any returns on the savings. But it's like, what's the point of that then? Why even do it in the first place?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
I
is the building going to be good at that point? Like, what about all
I
the repairs and everything you got to do? I mean, that infrastructure probably cost. I mean, there's probably a lot of maintenance that has to go into it. Probably a lot of special contractors you need to work on a place like that because it's new technology. I mean, it's not going to be cheap overall. I mean, I really don't think you'd ever see a return on your investment there. Um, so I don't know. Why don't we? put that money into planting more trees. Like, I mean, I think that would help,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that would help a ton. It would help a ton. I mean, that's honestly what we need to do. Planting trees, and we have plenty of saplings just laying around doing nothing. I mean, I don't know why they don't, oh, here's $1 billion to do nothing but plant trees.
Yeah.
I think that would significantly help the earth more than building a bunch of wind turbines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't I don't see the point of it.
But
Obviously
you can't get rid of wind turbines, I don't think, because they do provide some sort of benefit to certain areas. Um, but trying to make that like your primary source of energy is not going to work
oh no,
because
for sure,
they're
yeah.
so inconsistent and they're they're inefficient and they don't like they break easily. So there's a lot of maintenance that goes into that. But I think that um, yeah, you're gonna have to have a mix of wind turbines and other energy sources. And then for protecting the environment, just you know, do things naturally as much as you can. Like that's what's really gonna help the earth, you know? So
I agree with that. I think I mean we're using I find it kind of funny. We're using harmful chemicals to fight harmful chemicals that we have put into the atmosphere. But again, I don't think that like I honestly like what if a wind turbine falls down, right? Think about it. Like if a tree falls, oh, that sucks. Grow another tree. If a wind turbine falls, it's like, oh, that sucks. There's, $200,000 and then or however much a wind turbine costs. I'm actually not really sure
I
how
don't think
much
it's $200,000.
I don't know how much it is, but whatever.
No.
It's like there it is. Then we have to spend the time to construct it again. Then we have to get the time to be, operative again. But you plant a tree, and guess what, guys? The tree is operating 24/7% of the time. Or not percent of the time. Why did I say percent? What? 24/7 a tree is working. Okay? I can guarantee that
Yeah.
just like your body's breathing 24/7, a tree is doing the same thing. A wind turbine, a lot of them don't even work. Like when you were driving through Indio, did you see that a lot of them weren't even spinning?
Yeah, that's normal.
Why is that normal?
Because some are inoperational and others aren't getting the wind that they need. So that's why I said they're inconsistent and inefficient and they don't work very well. Like they break all the time.
Yeah.
And they're bad for the environment too. Like I mean having a giant metal structure that's spinning a blade through the air, I mean that kills a lot of birds.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean solar panels kill a lot of birds actually.
Really? Why?
Um, they fry them out of the air because they're reflecting the sun.
Oh
They just fry birds out of the air.
Are you
Yeah.
serious? I haven't heard about
Yeah.
that. You're gonna have to put an article in the
Yeah.
description for that. I haven't heard of it. I want to
know
hear
those
about that. I want to see that.
You know those big fields where they have like tons of solar panels out there?
Yeah.
When birds fly over that, a lot of times they'll be fried out of the air.
They just get cooked
Just get cooked. Yeah.
instantly, like or is it
Yeah,
over time they're like
quickly
in the
enough.
area they just get cooked like fast enough.
A bird's not going to sit in the same area and get fried.
Well, I'm not saying he's like saying in one. I'm saying like as he's flying over
No,
this
no, no,
big
no. I
ass
know, no.
farm,
Yeah,
like
as he's flying over, he's going to get cooked. Yeah.
I didn't know if it like he passes a threshold and he dies immediately. Like you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, yeah, pretty much because
I don't
it's
know
like
the science behind this.
it's reflecting the sunlight and the sun's energy. So like how you take like a magnifying glass
Yeah,
and like fry an ant. It's like the same thing but redirected in the air towards birds.
it's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was that much of a threat to wildlife. That's
I mean,
what
it's
sort of surprised me.
it's not that I mean it's not that big of a deal, but if you're talking about killing animals and protecting the environment, I mean it's not, the end all solution.
Oh, I got into a PETA argument again on Twitter. I was arguing about steaks. Let me see if I could pull it up here. But it was
Steaks?
yeah.
Okay.
No, but somebody was like, "How could you kill this sweet animal?" And I'm sitting there and I'm like laughing because you know me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Oh, that's yummy. That looks yummy."
Yeah. Well, the thing is though is like in order to survive, you have to consume other things,
Yeah,
you
right.
know? And some of those, well, all of those things that you're eating are biological material,
Yeah.
meaning it's living. So you're killing a living thing to stay living. That's how life works across the animal kingdom. Um, so I mean, if you're killing a plant to eat it, it's just, I mean, it's the same thing as killing an animal. It's just the animal has a face and whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So if you look at it scientifically, it's pretty much the same thing. But I mean, I don't like killing animals. I like, you know, keeping things as humane as possible and, as efficient as possible and try not to waste. Um,
See, I don't, I
but
don't,
like, look at
I
it,
don't.
look at it like the way the Native Americans did, which is like, try and use all of the animal, you know, rather than just chop it up and throw most of it away, you know?
But I think they do try to use most of it in these factory settings because they want to try to get the best, for their money. They want to get as much money as they can out of these animals. So it's in their best interest to use most of the animal.
Not always, because I think it requires different, factory uh, machines and stuff to get different parts of the animal and stuff like that. And so I doubt they use every part of it. And I know a lot of places throw a lot of things away. Um, and honestly, I mean, these people that are out protesting and blocking these trucks and blocking the operations, I mean, that's not doing anything but making the problem worse. That's all it's doing. I mean, I guess you're bringing more light to the situation, but it's still making it worse because you're blocking, you know, the transporting of these materials and transporting these animals, and I don't know. And if they're trying to like destroy the meat inside the stores, like you're just wasting the meat in the store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Like
I don't know.
that
It's
cow's
very
already dead.
stupid.
In my eyes, it's the
Yeah.
cow's already dead. Let me eat it. You know, it's kind of funny. It's very, very funny. These are the same people who are going to go around saying, my body, my choice. Okay, my body, my choice. If I want to eat a beautiful cow meat, I'm going to do that. Um, I mean, that's as simple as that. That's the thing that makes zero sense to me. It's like,
Well,
oh,
I
you
think they
need
would
to
say that
accept
you're
every aspect of my life, and you need to accept it. You need to say that it's okay. But if you don't, then I'm gonna say that then you're Hitler. But
yeah,
every aspect of your life is wrong, and you need to change that. I hate that.
yeah.
I hate that argument. I hate that so much.
Well, I think they would say that it's not technically your body because you're killing an animal, but
Yeah, and then I'm putting that
still,
fucker in my body.
yeah. But still, like on top of that, I mean, your plants. I mean, you're killing plants to eat those too.
Yeah.
So there's there's real no there's really no win to that situation. You can't, that's life. That's how it works. The animals are here to provide food for you, and we're here to tame the animals. That's the whole point. So yeah, but yeah,
I think we got better at what we do, right? I'm not going to say that there's not inhumane treatment of animals because there is, but at the same time I think we just got better. We have better technology. We learned how to make it super efficient and I don't see a problem with that. I think that benefits the human race. Um
yeah. Well, clearly,
but I think something that people don't look at is that I think we need to stop worrying about food and worrying about population, the population isn't growing as fast as it was and people aren't having kids and that's a very big problem. Birth rates are dropping significantly and that's a big problem because what I think is I think most of the major events in the last couple, we'll say 10 years, have been massive depopulation ploys. um and I think that we're starting to see the reason why they wanted to emasculate men and why we're starting to see a lot more feminine men is because they want to try to get rid of the population. And you might be asking, Dana, you might be asking, well, why do you think? Why do you think if you make, if you emasculate men that you're going to lower birth rates?
well, you need both a man and a woman to create babies,
Exactly.
obviously.
So if you emasculate these men and you tell them, oh, care about your feelings, oh, do this, you know, then you have a real problem there. Because a man that thinks with his feelings or with his emotions um is it's a dangerous man. You've heard that argument, right? I mean, that's a
Yeah.
dangerous man. I think
Yeah.
that people need to start realizing that a lot more. It's because man is capable of many things. Um, I mean, we see crazy things happen every day. For example, the looting that's happening in the streets of every single city, which, funny enough, every single one of these cities are blue cities, and there's mass looting going on. Mass looting is going on,
Yeah. I
especially
mean,
in
it's
California.
most cities are blue anyways.
Yeah, that is true.
Um, yeah. But
But I
yeah,
mean,
no,
there's
there's tons
videos,
of
dude. Are
looting
you
going on.
seeing this? Are you seeing the
Yeah.
mass, like these videos of like 20 people? I mean, there's tons of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's organized, and it's not surprising at all because the policies suck and the police can't do anything because the police have all of their, I mean, they're basically handcuffed. They can't do anything.
Well,
So,
and I think they're scared. I don't even think I think they're scared to do their jobs because it's like, oh, I can't even arrest somebody that's breaking the law now because if I do, I'm going to be called a racist. I'm going to be called a bad cop. I'm going to be called a pig. I'm going to be called, like I think there's a general respect that the law used to have that it no longer has.
yeah.
And how do you feel about that? Where do you think that respect has gone, and why do you think it's gone the way it has?
Well, I think it's gone because the people in charge are the ones, you know, they're disparaging the law. And I mean, they're creating a problem that they can run on. That's what they're doing. And I don't I mean, our populace must be very stupid if they can't see the clear connection there. Like it's so obvious, but I don't know. These people keep voting the same way, and it's not going to change because I mean, it works for the Democrats. They keep running on the same crap,
Yeah.
and it never changes. They've been doing the same thing for many years, and people keep buying into it and voting that way. So,
Well,
and the Republicans aren't any better, honestly. I mean, the Republicans don't do jack to fix any of the problems. They just kind of like don't cause more of the problem. You know what I mean?
I think that Democrats don't realize that they're starting to lose some of their stronghold supporting areas. Like we've been hearing the last couple of weeks that the black vote has been surprisingly starting to turn more Republican. Not the majority of it, but it's starting to slip. That's for sure. I think
Yeah, it went from
it's a
like I think I think it was with Trump. His approval rating with black voters went from roughly 12% or something like that up to around 30%. I think it was.
something like that. Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
that's a
which is
big deal.
that's a huge jump
That's a
actually.
big deal for us, and that's a big deal for Republicans. But guys,
Yeah,
I mean these mass looting, I mean in California alone, they passed a bill that raised the limit of how much somebody can steal before it's considered a felony. So that's why you see all this looting. It's because even if they did get caught, it's not even going to they're not going to be charged as a felon. They're going to be it's going to be a misdemeanor. There's a video going on right now about a Best Buy that got broken into, and it's the funniest video on the planet. I mean, you see these people running in there grabbing flat screen TVs and trying to get out. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, Dana, why aren't we, going to try to get free stuff? Let them get it, arrested. Why, I want a free PlayStation 5.
morals and ethics.
Absolutely right. And they have none.
Right.
Absolutely right. I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here? Yeah, you're ruining somebody's livelihood by doing this. You say you care about the little guy. You say you care about the small people. You care about your neighborhood. You're destroying your neighborhood by doing these things. You're making your neighborhood a ghetto by doing these things. Because what happens with these with these looter neighborhoods now, where all these looters live and where they're looting? That means a higher police presence, right? Higher police presence means more unrest to the police. What does that mean? More crime. And congratulations, you just manufactured yourself your own ghetto. I mean, that's what you did. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah,
That's what
but
I
it's a
think.
revolving cycle. I mean, it's been the same way for a long time. I mean, it's not like these areas were like super nice, you know, 10 to 20 years ago. It's probably the same thing. It's just now it's way more blatant, you
Oh
know.
no, even here in Phoenix, dude, you go back 10 years, it wasn't as bad as it was now.
It wasn't as bad, but it's still the same sort of environment. I'm just saying they do it in the open now.
Now they do it way more in the open, dude. I mean, we got prostitutes
Yeah.
just sitting on the corner right now. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, this stuff is ridiculous. And what happens, guys? Now, you may be asking, where's the police in these cities? And like we said earlier, they don't even want to do the work because they're scared that they're going to get their lives ruined by somebody. For example, they have been effectively neutered. Defund the police riots made it so that the police are afraid to be police, guys. In Phoenix alone, the Phoenix Police Department is trying to fill an order of 564 officers. Not fill an order, but hire. You guys get what I mean. They are short 564 officers. Think about that for a second. How many officers do you think, does it take to run to keep a city safe? Hundreds, maybe even thousands.
Well, I mean, each officer counts.
Yeah, and we're short 564. That's a lot of manpower. You get 500 people in a room, see what that looks like. That's a lot of manpower.
Well, think about it. I mean, that could be 564 calls that are being, delayed.
Yeah.
They're being delayed because there's no officer there to take care of it at that moment. So they're spread more thin, and that means it's going to take longer for an officer to actually get to your place to help you, if they can even do it. I mean, I know there were some areas that were saying, sorry, we don't have enough people to come out for this specific crime.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if it's still happening right now, but I know that was happening like a couple of years ago. During COVID and the BLM riots and everything like that. So.
It was, and that's the scary thing that's happening there. We don't have enough resources to be able to protect our streets anymore, and I think that's what the federal government should be worrying about. I don't think they should be worrying about all this stupid shit like Ukraine. Stop sending money to Ukraine. Just stop it. Like there's no point to send money to Ukraine. Yeah. Every time we send equipment, we send money. Every time they lose it. They have lost everything. Okay.
Did you see the Joe Rogan Tulsi Gabbard interview?
No, I didn't watch
a couple days ago.
No.
They talked about Maui and how kind of the response to Maui and like how the government wasn't really helping all that much, and there's a lot of just weird stuff going on and just bad policy and a bad response. And yeah, they were saying that like. You know how with Ukraine, like how we accidentally sent Ukraine another $4 billion?
Yeah.
Their argument was, why can't we spend $1 billion, just $1 billion? I mean, that's a lot of money, but spend $1 billion to help the Ukrainians, the Maui residents rebuild their houses and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Like,
right? Instead of giving them $700 one-time payment, like,
yeah.
Honestly, for that, Biden can go fuck himself. That itself, and I know that's a very strong statement, and I know some people that watch our show don't exactly like it when I use certain profanity. But I mean, no, Biden is one of the worst presidents we have ever had in the United States. I cannot tell you somebody who is less America first minded. I mean, the people, the U.S. citizens who you are supposed to be leading are suffering. Okay, yet you're like, oh yeah, Ukraine needs another 24 billion. Let's go give this money to Ukraine so we can make Russia pay. Yeah, Russia's winning this war, guys. I'm sorry, but I mean, have you seen any of the stuff that's coming out ever since this counteroffensive? Last month, I checked the numbers. Since Ukraine started the counteroffensive against Russia, they have lost 125,000 men. This is from last month. How many do you think they've lost now? Because there's way more videos of Russian drone strikes, Russian everything. I mean, guys, you don't understand. You are being lied to by mainstream media. And I think it's amazing now that in this day and age that you have people like Dana and I, and you have platforms like T-Talk that are bringing the truth and real news to people. And guys, I'll try to find the picture and we'll try to link it. And I'll show you the actual map of the land that has been reclaimed by Ukraine, because if you actually see how much it is and how much Russia still controls, it's ridiculous. This war is another 3 years by the speed that they're taking it back. And that's for sure.
Unless they keep it going longer, which they want to.
Oh, that's what's going to happen. I mean, think about it for a second. Who's going to be going in and rebuilding Ukraine? We are. Again, it's just going to be another corporate land grab, and just like Maui was. And I hate to say that about Maui because a lot of people lost their homes, a lot of people lost their entire lives. They lost everything, that they worked hard for, and then they got slapped in the face with $700 and said, "Here you go, make it better, stop crying." which
Yeah, pretty much.
I find really shitty. I mean, I think that that's disgusting. First off, I think that other world leaders see Biden as a weak president, as they did for the last 2 3 years, which is it's ridiculous, man.
I think they thought that beforehand when he was vice president too.
That is true. I mean, all this guy cares about is ice cream and hugging kids, kissing babies.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
lots of money.
and lots of money with his son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get. I mean, come on, man. I'm still on the cocaine. I'm still on the cocaine. How are you telling me that the most secure building on the planet, on the face of the earth, okay, the most secure building on the face of the earth, you're trying to tell me, that there's a possibility that there is a percent chance that you could not find the owner of the cocaine in the White House? Get out of here, bro. You guys are the biggest clowns on the planet.
Yeah.
They should just secede. They shouldn't even be impeached. He should just secede.
Didn't go where?
The entire administration, the entire Biden admin should just
secede.
Just secede.
Take off.
Just peace out, guys.
Hey, they should go to Ukraine.
They should go to Ukraine. We should send them to Ukraine. Let's send.
Stay in Ukraine. If you care so much about Ukraine, why don't you go fight their war?
You know what? I agree 100%. There was a Ukrainian troop actually who posted a video on Twitter, and he said, I know how to end this war in one day without any weaponry whatsoever. He said, all you need to do is send the children of the oligarchs and the children of all the politicians, because they don't have to go to the war, guys. They get a free pass because, mommy and daddy are politicians. Let's send those kids to the front lines and then watch how fast this war is over. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's all manufactured, guys. It's all manufactured. And then again, this war, I mean, we talk about it still just so that we can keep you guys in the loop of what's going on, but I still think it's all a distraction. I think the war is a distraction. Honestly, the George Floyd stuff, it was a distraction. I'm sorry a guy died. I'm sorry that it happened, but it was a distraction. It's a distraction. We keep trying to tell you guys week in and week out that these things are distractions. You guys don't realize that. Like, you guys don't see that. And that's fine because, this isn't typical for a lot of people. And obviously even Dana, he has me run him through, the things that I talk about because he wants to stay in the loop. He wants to understand. And after I explain it to him, he sort of understands. Like, Dana, remember that video you saw the other day?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good video, right?
Yeah.
Pretty eye-opening video. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of people don't find content like this. It's because they try to silence this content. How much do you think that we're censored at all? Besides, like, episode 14, do you think that we're, like, legitimately shadow banned, censored, or at least, like, turned down?
No, I don't think we're big enough for it to be.
Not even a little bit, like an automatic filter? Because, come on, that COVID stuff, dude, it got picked up right away.
No, I don't think so.
I got you. I think maybe. I think there's a chance. Just because how fast we got auto flag.
There's a chance, but I think just if you're posting anything like that in general, you're just on the radar. But I don't think you're necessarily silenced unless you get to a certain point and you're talking about stuff that's really bad for them, then they'll get rid of you.
What else has happened since the last episode? Oh, we're on Spotify now. You forgot that, Dana. You forgot to mention that.
I think we mentioned that last time, but
did we? It's been 2 weeks.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, no, we're on Spotify. We're on Rumble, and there was one other place you were trying to get the podcast.
Apple Podcasts.
Was it Apple Podcasts?
We do want to get the podcast on Apple Podcasts. That's the goal, at least. That's the next like step, I would say.
Yeah.
The Discord, guys. Dana and I are working on it a lot. We're trying to clean it up, make it look nice, make it look good for you guys. It's just, we're trying to decide, and that's me and him have to work on that a lot. Dana and I have a lot of work out of us. We need to be able to be producing content like there's no tomorrow for you guys, and we want to be able to do that. So, which is why I'm thinking we start doing some less topic-oriented episodes. You know what I mean? Just so that we
And
could
do
have
what?
those pre-recorded.
And do what?
And so we could use them, like post those. And we just have less topic-based stuff and we just talk. We talk about our lives. We have more personable uh episodes in the future. Not all of them, you know what I mean? Just some of them.
I think we could still do the topic based once a week.
No, I think we could still do that once a week. I don't like. I don't have a problem with that. I'm saying I think we should have a second. I think if we want to do 2 episodes, because guys, we tested 2 episodes. I liked it. I like doing 2 episodes one week. I think it gives you guys content and keeps you guys entertained, and I think
Yeah.
we enjoy doing it as well. I think we do one personable episode, one, and then our weekend episode is sort of our weekly outlook overview, our topic based episode. And I want to hear what the listeners and the viewers think about that because I think that's how we should do it.
Well, why don't we do that and then see the reaction?
See the reaction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you guys need to join the Discord. You guys should join the Discord. We want to do some community events and stuff. We're planning on doing like tournaments for stuff for like Apex and different games like that. Maybe we'll start like a Minecraft server too or something. Because I'm getting the hardware. I told you.
Yeah.
So we'll have Dana and I are about to have a lot of stuff going. Team Music. That's kind of been on the back burner, but you guys can see it because it's on the Discord server. You guys see it. What's
We'll
going
talk
on?
more about that in the future.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in the future. It's being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
We could say that. But I mean, we have a lot of things in the oven right now. It's just we want to make sure that we do it correctly, give everything good energy, prioritize things, make everything good. But Dana, is there anything else that I missed? Anything else from you?
No, I mean, the schedule might be a little bit different than before, like the upload schedule and kind of stuff that's coming out. We're both in school now, so and different work schedule and all that. So there's gonna be some different stuff, but we should still be pumping out, a video every week. So it may not be on Saturday, but um, like today, it's gonna be Sunday. But yeah, we'll try and get it out whenever we can.
Yeah, that's good. I got it. Well, Dana, I think that's it. I think that's it for 18. I think we call it here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was a good episode. Maybe we can expand on it more in the future. If you guys have any ideas, any thoughts about what we talked about, differing opinions, agreeing opinions, whatever you think, include in the comments. Send us a message on Discord, post in the Discord, whatever.
Yeah, guys, we have a whole
Add us
topic
on Twitter.
suggestion thing on there. You guys can
Yeah.
post. Dana made that. You could post your topic suggestions. It's more like it's like a forum. I think we should change that. I think we should just change that to T Talk Forum. Me and you could talk about that.
Yeah, we can expand on that idea, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much. Once again, we are brought to you by DriftinThreads.com. Use code TTALK for 10% off at checkout. If you guys didn't see, Dana also has a hoodie. Do you have it? Do you have it close where you can grab it, or?
It's not close where I can grab it, but yeah, I'll grab it next episode and show
All
you
right,
guys.
for sure, guys. Awesome. You guys are the best. You guys are the reason why we do this. We love you guys. I'm Tasso. That's Dana. Think your own opinions. Be smart people. Don't be idiots. And we'll see you guys next week for T Talk 19. Bye, guys.
Peace out.